Hello everyone and welcome back to Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, and as you can see we're not playing Crusader Kings 2 today, we're playing something very different. I don't know if you could get any more different, but I did say I'd like to try out some new things and we'll see how they do on the channel. If they do well, I'll carry them on as side series. They won't disrupt the main series on the channel, and if they don't do so well then nothing lost. I just want to see how they do. I know there's a lot of Pokemon fans in my subscribers and they've all been talking about it in the Discord a lot lately, and it's getting me the real urge, like, I want to play Pokemon. I've not played Pokemon in so long, so let's do a Nuzlocke, and a lot of the guys in there wanted to see one, so we are going to be playing Pokemon Heart Gold, which is my personal favourite Pokemon game in the series. Gen 4 with this, and then Pokemon Platinum as well is probably the best generation, I feel, where Pokemon was at its peak. But we're going to be doing a Nuzlocke. Now, a Nuzlocke, for those of you who may not know what it is, we'll go over the rules of what it is. It's basically a set of rules to make the game a hell of a lot more challenging than just the base game. So, the rules are, we'll start with the first rule, which is any Pokemon that faints is considered dead and must be released or put in the Pokemon storage system permanently. So as soon as a Pokemon faints, that's it. No revives or using the Pokemon Center to heal it. It's dead. It's gone. You cannot use it anymore. I can only catch the first Pokemon I encounter in each area, unless it's one I own or is a shiner. So, every time we enter a new area, we have the chance to catch a new Pokemon, but it can only be the first one we encounter. If we already have that Pokemon though, we get a chance to look again for a different Pokemon. But if it's shiner, we can catch it no matter what, because obviously they're so rare. I must nickname all Pokemon that I catch. That's to create a bigger bond between you and the Pokemon so that it hurts that much more when it does die. I must pick my starter based on the last number of my trainer ID. So 1 to 3 we'll start with the grass Pokemon Chikorita. 4 to 6 we'll start with the fire Pokemon Cyndaquil, and 7 to 9 we'll start with the water Pokemon Totodile, which is what I'm hoping for. That's my favourite of these 3 starters. It has been since I was a kid, and I must have the battle style set to set. So that's instead of shift. So basically, when you defeat a Pokemon, say you defeat the opponent, and then it normally comes up, the opponent is about to send out Rattata, do you want to switch Pokemon? We don't get that option. It doesn't tell you what's coming out, and you don't get the chance to change. You have to keep your Pokemon out to stop that advantage that you get. So that's the main rules. I will link underneath the video in the description a list of the full rules in more detail, just in case you didn't understand what I was on about, or if you want to try Nuzlocke for yourself for the first time and you want those rules. I've done a couple of Nuzlockes before. I think I've only ever completed one, but then I've been very close in several others where, like, I lose on the champion. So I've only ever finished one, and that was on Pokemon Fire Red. So yeah, I'm not exactly an experienced Nuzlocker. I'm by no means a very good Nuzlocke. I'm an experienced Pokemon player. I've been playing since Pokemon Blue, obviously the first ever Pokemon game when it came out, and I've had everyone since. Apart from Sword and Shield, I haven't picked them up just yet. But here we go. Yawn. Huh? What? Is it already that late? Oh no, I overslept. Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Oak, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before we go any further, I'd like to tell you a few things you should know about this world. Right, we really need to speed up the script flow to fast the first chance we get. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Okay, we've got a little Marrow here. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times we play together, and at other times we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. Come on, speak a bit quicker, Professor Oak. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Are you a boy or are you a girl? Won't you please tell me? You must be blind, Professor Oak, but we are a boy. So you're a boy then? Yes, I am. I know I can't grow a beard, but there's no need to rub it in, is there, Professor Oak? You're as bad as all the other guys. Right, we are obviously going to be called Stitch. So there we go. Your name is Stitch. Yes, it is, Professor Oak. Stitch, are you ready? Your very own tale of grand adventures is about to unfold. Fun experiences, difficult experiences. There's so much waiting for you. Dreams, adventure. Let's go to the world of Pokemon. I'll see you later. And now we're going to shrink down. Right, so here we are in our little bedroom. Now I'm really hoping, like I said, for Totodile, or if not Totodile, Cyndaquil wouldn't be a bad Pokemon to have, but the one I really don't want is Chikorita. I've got nothing against Chikorita, but for a Nuzlocke, it's going to be incredibly hard if we get Chikorita. The first gym is flying type, super effective against Chikorita. Second gym is bug type, super effective against Chikorita. There's an ice gym, super effective against Chikorita. So the last thing we want is Chikorita for our starter. Now, so let's go. Oh, let's see if there's a little potion in the PC for us first. I don't remember if we get one. Oh, no, it's just a mailbox, isn't it? Got a mail from Lyra, which is the female version, isn't it, of the starter character. Right. Our mum's going to give us our backpack. Hi, Stitch, you're finally awake. Your friend Lyra was just here. She was playing hide and seek with her Marill. Oh, I almost forgot. Our acquaintance, Professor Elm, was looking for you. He said he had a favour to ask of you. You know where the lab is, right? It's right next door to us. Well, you can't miss it. There's like 3 houses in the village. Here, use this bag to carry things. Oh, thank you, Mother. This is your trainer card. Thank you very much. Here, you can save your records. Here's the options. That's something we need to go straight into to get this speed sped up. Right, so let's go straight on those options and get to fast. And then we need battle style set to set as well. Let's look for a nice frame, shall we? I do like blue, so I may go for blue. Then again, let's go for that nice orange to fit with the foxes of Grand, which is like my personal sigil on the channel. So yeah, we'll go with orange. Right, moment of truth. Let's check our trainer ID. And our number ends in 6, which means we start with Cyndaquil. Okay, could have been worse. We'll go in the middle. Best starter is Totodile, but Cyndaquil, not bad. Can't complain at that. More than happy with that. Oh, the wind's blowing. Oh, a Marill. At least we didn't get Chikorita, because that would have been devastating, and this Nuzlocke would not have lasted very long. It may not last very long anyway. It all depends on whether you guys actually watch this series. I'm not holding out much hope, but hopefully you do. Hopefully I've got some Pokemon fans within the subscribers. I'm not expecting it to be anywhere near as popular as the Crusader Kings 2 series, which is obviously the main focus of this channel. Oh, and here's our dickhead, our rival Silver, but we'll get a better name for him. So this is the famous Elm Professor Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? And he's threw us away. What a prick. Fiery redhead. Right, and here we go. Here's Professor Elm. Gotta love all the music and such in Pokemon games, haven't you? Hi Stitch, I've been waiting for you. Do you know anything about my research? As you know, Pokemon are carried in Pokeballs these days, but before the Pokeball was invented, people used to walk with Pokemon, just like your friend Lyra does. Pokeballs are great because you can carry many Pokemon, but walking with Pokemon must have some advantages. It could be something to do with how Pokemon grow or evolve, so I'm going to give you a Pokemon. Can you walk beside the Pokemon outside of its Pokeball to see if this brings any special feelings or bonds between Pokemon and people? The device over there has some Pokemon you can choose from. I need to think of a name for our Cyndaquil, don't I? Because we need nicknames. Okay. Hey, listen, I have this acquaintance that people call Mr. Pokemon. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It's probably another Pokemon egg, but we're still so busy with our Pokemon research. Wait, I know. You can go in our place, right? Can we count on you? You can choose one of the Pokemon over there. Okie dokie, so we've got to go with Cyndaquil. Professor Elm, touch a Pokeball to see what's inside. Well, we don't want the Chikorita. We would have loved the Totodile, but we can't have it, so we're going to go with Cyndaquil. You'll take Cyndaquil, the Fire-type Pokemon. Yes, let's touch the Pokeball and get him out. Stitch receives Cyndaquil from Professor Elm. And the thing I love about this game is that they follow you. I know that they do that a lot more on the new ones, but I just love... It's something I never understood why they didn't have in more Pokemon games. Let's go with Blaze. Nice flame name. I couldn't think of anything. It's the first thing that popped into my head. Some of my nicknames will probably be absolutely pathetic and embarrassing, but it's part of the fun, isn't it, I suppose? Is Blaze the nickname you want to give? Yes, we've got Blaze, our Cyndaquil. Look at its little flame on fire, bless it. Professor Elm, how do you like walking with your Pokemon? It's not bad, is it? You can take it all the way to Mr. Pokemon's house. If your Pokemon gets hurt, you should heal it with this machine. It's so easy to use. Just check the PC on my desk. Mr. Pokemon goes everywhere and finds rarities. His house is past Cherry Grove City. Go north a little past Cherry Grove. I'm counting on you, Stitch. Now, obviously, we don't have Pokeballs yet, so any Pokemon we encounter, it doesn't count until we have Pokeballs. So it's the first Pokemon we see after we have Pokeballs. Stitch, I want you to have these so you help you with your task. Obtained the potions. Well, they'll come in handy. Put them in the medicine pocket. Pokemon are weak in the beginning. Don't hesitate to use a potion if you think yours is in danger. Oh, I will do, don't worry, because if it faints, game over. Oh, and here's Lyra, who's going to bug us, teach us how to catch Pokemon and all that other bollocks, which is very annoying at the beginning of a Pokemon game. I wish you could choose to skip past it. I've been playing Pokemon 20 years. I know how to do these things. So you picked a Cyndaquil. That's a cute Pokemon you have. I know it is. When you walk with it, it'll become more friendly. You should turn around and talk to it sometimes too. Oh, that's right. Why don't you show it to your mom? See ya. No, I'm not going to show it to my mom. Who cares? Go on, Meryl. Piss off so we can get out of here. And off we go. Can't wait till we get the running shoes as well. Oh, is it going to... Wait, Stitch. Wait a sec. Oh, we are actually going to have to show it to our mom. Did you leave your Pokegear at home? You should ask your mom. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, so annoying. Oh, this is the game as well where she takes your money off you, isn't it? And then spends it all the time. But she does buy you some pretty awesome items, to be fair, most of the time. Oh, Stitch, that's a cute Pokemon you have. Professor Elm must have given it to you. Oh, Professor Elm has a task for you, you say. What kind of task? I see. That sounds a little difficult, but when someone makes that kind of request of you, it must be important. Oh, that's right, I completely forgot. Your Pokegear came back from the repair shop. Here you go. Stitch received the Pokegear. The Pokemon Gear, or Pokegear, as it's often called, is what every trainer should have. Guess what? You can use this Pokegear to make a phone call too. Do you remember how? Yes, I do, but you're probably going to tell me anyway. Just power on the Pokegear and touch the telephone button. Okay, the names of the people you can call are automatically registered. You select one to give him or her a call. Wow, I can't believe it's so easy to make a phone call. You can tell this game was made in the 90s, can't you? Or the original. Right, now we can disappear. That red-headed prick still there. He's going to steal a Totodile. Professor Elm, wait 1 second. Oh, will they let us go? You want us to do a task and you just won't let us leave the village. I almost completely forgot about this. Here, I'll give you my number. Stitch registered Professor Elm in the Pokegear. I'll call you if anything comes up. And off we go. Finally, we can leave to Route 29. I remember getting Pokemon Gold for the first time. I think it was like for my birthday as a kid. I can't remember. It was like my 5th or 6th birthday. And oh, I loved it so much. All the new things that it introduced compared to the original Pokemon Blue, which I love Pokemon Blue and Red, obviously, as the first Pokemon games. But my God, have they aged. And my God, did they have some glitches and bugs. They had a lot of issues. A lot of issues that were addressed in Pokemon Gold and Silver and Crystal, which were amazing games. The thing I love about Heart Gold and Soul Silver as well, they're definitely the best remakes in the series, is that they introduced the stuff from Crystal and added it in. That's something that I didn't like when they did the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire, that they did it as Ruby and Sapphire. I thought they would have done the remake of Emerald, which is the superior game, but they didn't add any of that extra stuff in, which was a bit disappointing. We've got another Pidgey. We'll just grind. We don't want to run away from these. Easy XP at the beginning, get our levels up a little bit before our rival battle. Unless we get in a little bit of trouble, and then obviously we'll run away because we don't want to die this early on. Please let me know if any of you do Nuzlocks, and yeah, comment down below with your Nuzlocke experiences and how successful you've been, or are you like me and a bit of a noob at Nuzlocks and fail all the time. I am proud of that one victory that I had though. It was actually the first Nuzlocke I ever tried, and I got a victory, and I was like, oh, so Nuzlocks ain't that hard. And then I think I've tried like 5 or 6 since and failed every single one. So I got a little bit cocky after the first one because things must have just gone my way and I got some good Pokemon and it was pretty easy, to be honest. But then, yeah, ever since that, I've failed miserably at everyone I've done. I've tried on most games now, succeeded in Fire Red, did another one on Leaf Green, which I got to the Pokemon League Champion before losing. I've tried one on Soul Silver before, which I never actually finished. I did it on my old YouTube channel. Don't look that up, because it's pretty terrible, the content on there. It's when I was just starting out, before I found a niche that I wanted to stick to, which was the Crusader Kings and strategy games and such. But I was doing okay on that one, but then, yeah, that Nuzlocke, but then I stopped. I've tried Black and White too. Me and my wife, Stacey, who's a bigger Pokemon fan than me, we did one together where I did White and she did Black, I believe, and I got to the 8th gym leader. She actually got to the Pokemon League, and she's not finished it yet, I don't think. Which other ones have I tried it on? I think I started one on X and Y and got bored. Not my favourite game, Gen 6. We'll just skip over all this random rubbish where he's going to talk rubbish to us. I'm not as big a fan as the newer games. I just find them a little bit not as interesting as the old ones. Too hand-holdy. I know it's a game for kids, but I played Pokemon Blue as a kid, and there was no hand-holding in those older games. Hey, at least we got the running shoes off this guy, so that's going to make stuff a little bit easier. Now go away, please, old man. Random old man giving his shoes, which is a bit worrying, but at least we can run now. Right, let's heal ourselves up and make our way to Mr. Pokemon's house. Pokemon centers are going to be our best friend. Keep our team nice and healthy. Now, I know people do Nuzlocke where they don't even use Pokemon centers either, which is absolutely insane. I've watched a lot of them, and those guys, I don't know how they do it. Or there's people who don't use items either, or items in battle and stuff like that. And then there's people who don't use Pokemon centers for the whole playthrough, and you think, how the hell can you do it? Oh, this guy again. Whew, whew. I made it. I forgot about one thing. This is another token from me. Take it. The guy gent loaded the map card onto Stitch's Pokekit. I think this guy fancies. I'm a bit creeped out. Stranger danger. Right. And let's get away. We're on to Route 30. I love our little Cyndaquil chases us behind. What are we going to see on this route? A Caterpie. Now, I'm hoping when we have our Pokeballs, we find something a little bit more interesting than a Caterpie. On the first route, I'd be happy if we found a Pidgey. Pidgey's one of my favourite flying Pokemon. It's always useful to have that early route flyer that obviously you have on every game. You've got Pidgey on this and the originals. Then obviously you've got Tailo, Gen 3, and Starly on Gen 4. There's always that early route flyer. That one on Gen 4 is amazing. Staraptor, I absolutely love it. But yeah, Pidgey, I'd be happy if we got a Pidgey on the early route. That would be a great addition to the team. And then there's a little like section off to the north of the first route where you can capture Geodude, Spearows and Rattatas, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've played any Pokemon game, as I said, but it'd be awesome to get a Geodude just because that first gym is flying type and the second gym's bulk. Third gym, normal type, and that famous Whitney and her Miltank, which will probably be the biggest grind of this Nuzlocke. If we get past that, I'll be happy. Anything after that's a bonus. But yeah, we're going to need something that's going to be able to take out that Miltank. So if we get a Geodude, that'd be awesome, because that will get us basically past the first 3 gyms fairly straightforward. But we do have a couple of chances to get a Geodude or a Rock Pokemon, so that's good. So hopefully we'll get lucky. We also have the chance, there's someone who you can trade a Bellsprout with, if I'm not mistaken, for a Onix. So the Onix could come in handy as well. We'll have a look into that. Right, we just need to make our way up here to Professor, what was his name? Mr. Pokemon, Professor Pokemon, whatever his name was. And it's another Caterpie. I really hope we don't find a Caterpie. That would be pretty shit considering we've got a flying gym first off. I want something that's going to help us out. The first gym isn't the hardest. We should be okay just with Blaze. That's the good thing about Cyndaquil. It evolves the earliest out of the 3 Johto starters. I think it's level 14, isn't it, that Cyndaquil evolves into Quilava. So at least we'll have a Quilava nice and early and a second stage Pokemon, which will hopefully get us where we need to be. It will easily beat Bugsy, I'd imagine, the second gym leader in his Cypher once we get a fire move. Rival can be quite hard though around that stage of the game, as he has a Krogonor, which is going to be pretty hard if we don't have a grass or electric Pokemon. It'd be cool if we could get a Mareep. That would come in handy just because of our rival. And we've got another Pidgey. Come on, Blaze. Finish it off. As we get further in, I'll skip a lot of these wild Pokemon and stuff like that, but as we're at the beginning, I'm just going to talk absolute rubbish, as I always do to you guys. And yeah, bore you to death. I'll probably do a question of the day, I'm thinking, for the series as well, where do we not have a berry? I'm sure that you normally have a berry attached to your first Pokemon on this game. Maybe not. Right, we're going to have to use a potion on Blaze. We do not want to risk him dying. There we go, get that full health back up. Well played, Blaze, well played. Ah, you missed, Pidgey, you absolute dickhead. Right, let's go for another tackle. We have got Smoke Screen as well, which could come in handy in a Nuzlocke. Just to lower accuracy of some very annoying Pokemon, such as Miltank when we do get to Whitney's Miltank. Then again, sending out Aqualava as we'll have at that time against a Miltank could be dangerous. That rollout is just so deadly. I'm going to say surely that's going to help his level up. That was a high level Pidgey, wasn't it? Level 4. Got a little Pokeball to the side here, I noticed. Anything special? An antidote. Yeah, come in handy if we get poisoned. We don't want Pokemon fainting on us. Oh, I love how you got this little battle going on between a Pidgey and a Rattata. Go, Rattata! Tackle! What? This is a big battle. Leave me alone. Alright, mate. Sorry. That's Youngster Joey, isn't it? What a legend. The Pokemon meme. He's like the biggest Pokemon meme in history. The most famous trainer. Good old Youngster Joey. Right. Mr. Pokemon's house. We are here. We're going to meet Professor Oak. Get our Pokedex. Get an egg as well, which obviously hatches it into our Togepi at some point. You must be Stitch. It was I who sent an email to Professor Elm. Okay. He's dancing at his cupboard. Slow walk back. This is what I want. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. Stitch obtained the mystery egg. Stitch put the mystery egg in the key item. A friend of mine from Ekritique gave it to me. I bet you can't find this kind of egg in Johto. I thought Professor Elm might be able to tell what his was. He's the best when it comes to the research of Pokemon evolution. That's a quote from the famous Professor Oak. You're returning to Professor Elm. Here, your Pokemon should have some rest. Thank you very much, Mr. Pokemon. I wonder when we'll learn our first fire move, which will be Ember, hopefully soon. And with that, I'm Professor Oak, a Pokemon researcher. So, you're Stitch. I was just visiting my friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon? I see. You must be helping Professor Elm's research. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you that Pokemon. You will treat your Pokemon with loving care, it seems. Ah, you seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. I'd like you to have it. Stitch received the Pokédex from Professor Oak. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokédex, but I've stayed too long. I have to get to Goldenrod for my usual radio show. Stitch, I have a feeling that this is not the last time we'll meet. Let's exchange numbers, just to be on the safe side. Why is it with all these old men giving us our phone numbers? A lot of people want us as a toy boy, it seems. Yep, see you later, Mr. Pokemon. I'm not even going to say bye, I just want to get out of here. Oh, Professor Elm, oh, he's been robbed. He's been robbed. Hello, Stitch? It's a disaster. It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no! Please get back here now. Because a child's gonna solve the problem, isn't it? Maybe you should ring the police, mate. It's an apricorn tree. What are we gonna get? It's a pop. It's a pink apricorn. Obviously, we get to make Pokeballs with them when we meet. Is it Kurt or Kirk? I think it's Kirk. It's a Pidgey. Level 2. Easy victory. Get that XP up. Obviously, as we're trying something different on the channel, if there's any other games, anything like that you want to see on the channel, just let me know. I've got a hell of a lot of games, as you know. I'm a huge game collector. Anything from old retro games such as Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive, or Genesis for those of you in America, all the way up to PS4, Xbox One, Switch. I've pretty much got everything in between, so any games you want to see on the channel, I'd love to bring them to if you want something different from Crusader Kings. Obviously, it's going to be the main focal point. As I said, I won't be changing the main focus away from the main series on the channel. I do want to bring more strategy and simulation games like that. Stuff like I'm thinking of doing Jurassic World Evolution. I absolutely love games like that, the world building, creating games. So I may bring that to the channel soon. I've just got the new DLC for that, so I just want to unlock everything on the new Return to Jurassic Park DLC before I do bring that to the channel. And I've also just purchased Planet Zoo, which is a game I've wanted for ages, so I'm just getting to grips with that, and I'm hoping to bring that to the channel as well, just as side and mini-series to go alongside, obviously, like the Knights of the North and those big series on the channel. And then if this is a success, we'll carry on doing stuff like Nuzlocke and that sort of thing as well. There we go. Easy victory. Flipping hate it when they harden all the time. Just reminds me of that Metapod meme, which is absolutely hilarious when it's like Metapod used harden, but it failed. I'll see if I can link that meme, because I think it's hilarious. We'll go this way, actually, because any XP is going to be a bonus for the rival battle that is coming up soon. It's a Pidgey. Again, level 2. Easy victory at least. At least it's not a metapod. Oh, I didn't mean to use smoke screen. Restarted playing The Witcher 3 again after watching the TV series. I can't get enough of The Witcher at the minute. I think I'm going to start rereading the books again as well. I've gone Witcher crazy at the moment. Started Witcher 3 on Death March on the hardest difficulty. It's the only difficulty I've not completed it on yet, so what a game. One of my favourite games of all time. Absolutely incredible. It's awesome to see that they've renewed a contract with the author as well and sorted out their issues, so hopefully we'll get more Witcher games in the future, which would be incredible. Oh, another Pidgey. Be an easy victory. What level are we on now? Level 8. I just want to learn Ember, so it's going to make things a little bit easier for us this early in the game. Make sure that we heal up before that rival battle. We need to think of a nice, interesting name for him. Not insulting or mean or anything like that, of course, but we'll have to think of something. Right. Let's go and heal up, ready for our battle with whatever we're going to call him. Cherry Grove Sitter. Isn't all the villages named after a type of tree or a type of wood in this, I think, I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it, in this one? Just like the professors are named after types of trees. I'm sure they're named after wood in Heart Gold Soul Silver, all the cities. Like in the original, they're all named after colours, aren't they? The Pallet Town, then you've got Celadon and Saffron, etc. And here we go. I love the music for the rival. Dot dot dot. You got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste. That's a Pokemon that's too good for a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. I definitely think Totodile is the one that suits the rival the most in this. It suits how he is and his attitude, that terrifying, like, Feraligatr look. I love Feraligatr, one of my favourite Pokemon of all time. I absolutely love water Pokemon, my favourite type. Right, let's just go straight for the tackle and try and... Oh, well done, Blaze. Try and grind it down. We should be okay. We're 3 levels higher, but... Oh, but what are you doing? This is the thing about Nuzlocke. When stuff goes like this against you, like missing, or when you get critical hits attack you. But yeah, 2 misses in a row. That's the sort of thing that can ruin a Nuzlocke for you. There's very fine margins. 3 misses. He's not even used anything to stop our accuracy, and we've missed 3 times already. It's ridiculous. We should have won this battle by now. Oh shit, he's used 3 Leers as well, which means he could do a lot of damage to us if we miss. Oh, he's used another Leer. Oh, this is worrying, because is that his 5th Leer? He could actually take us out with 1 scratch if we miss. Please don't miss, Blaze. Thank God for that. With how that many Leers, his attack... Well, our defense would have been that low. He would have done a hell of a lot of damage. 70 XP, though, which is a decent amount. Enough to level up to level 9. Are we going to learn Ember yet? Surely. No. What level do we learn a fire move? I can't remember it being this late. I haven't played Heart Gold Soul Silver as much as the original Gold and Silver, though. Do you want to know who I am? I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Oh. He's forgot something. Oh. Give it back. That's my trainer card. Oh no, you saw my name. No wonder you're so angry with a name like that. Right. Well, let's make our way back to our hometown. We'll skip over the grass because we don't want to get too high in level now that we've beaten him, because obviously if we do, we're going to end up knocking out and making every Pokemon that we meet faint, and that won't be good because obviously we want to be able to catch it. We can only catch the first Pokemon we meet. Sentret, I kind of hope that we don't get a Sentret. Rattata won't be too bad because he's quite good early game once he learns that Hyper Fang Raticate, but after about 4 or 5 gyms he's pretty terrible after that point, isn't he? So we'd like to have something a little bit better than Rattata. Pidgey's the one that I want from that first route, if anything. Who are you? We are investigating the case of the missing Pokemon. Rule number 1, whoever did it will come back to the site. Oh my, so you must be the one who did it. Great cop here, isn't he? Hold on a second, he has nothing to do with it. I saw it. There was a red-haired boy looking into the building. What? You battered a boy like that? He must be the one who did it. Did you happen to get his name? I did. You always have to give your rival a dodgy name. Are you even playing Pokemon right if you don't give him a dodgy name? Dick. Dickwad. Or is it Wad? Dickwad. Dickwad. I see, so Dickwad was his name, yes? Dickwad. Thanks for helping my investigation. My next assignment is to search for the red-haired individual. Go on then. Something tells me you're not going to find him. You're a bit stupid. Stitch, I'm glad they understand you are innocent. See you later. Yeah, alright then. Alright, come on then, Professor Elm. Let's sort this so that we can go on our journey. Professor Elm, Stitch, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? Stitch handed the mystery egg to Professor Elm. This is an egg, isn't it? The egg may be something I've never seen. Still, it's just an egg. Mr. Pokemon is always fascinated by eggs. Well, since he gave it to us, we might as well find out what the secret holds. I'll keep it for a while to find out about the egg. What? Professor Oak gave you a Pokedex? Stitch, is that true? That's incredible! This is superb at seeing the potential at people as trainers. Wow, Stitch, I knew you were a little different. Things are going to be fun. Your Pokemon seem to really like you, so why don't you take the Pokemon Gym Challenge? If you manage to defeat all the gym leaders, you'll eventually challenge the Pokemon League champion. Or not, haha. Becoming the champion is not at all easy, but you are certainly but you can certainly challenge Violet City's gym leader. Stitch, challenging the gyms scattered around will be a long journey. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to your mom. No, we're not talking to our mom. I never do. Cyndaquil looks happy, which is good. Well, Blaze is fidgeting in front of everyone. Right. Do you not give us Pokeballs normally? Oh, no, I remember. I think Lyra gives them us after she annoyingly teaches us how to catch Pokemon like we're an idiot. Right, let's go. Here she is, yep. I'm just going to skip past this, so I can't be doing with this. It's very annoying. We know how to catch Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon for years. Right, there we go. So we have got our first Pokeballs ready to catch our first Pokemon. As you'll see, like obviously in the screen setup, that we've got a question of the day. I did mention it before, so be sure to answer the question of the day. I'll do one in each video, in each episode of this, and it's a Sentra. Oh, this is the one that I didn't want. But we're going to have to catch it. Gonna have to catch it. Anything, well, we'll stock our team up. Even if we don't have it very long, we'll catch it and have it in our team anyway. It's a backup, even if we use it as a sacrifice. I need a nickname for this guy now. It's a boy. Sentret was caught. Right, data was added to the Pokedex. A very cautious Pokemon. It raises itself up using its tail to get a better view of its surroundings. Give a nickname to Sentret. Yes, I will. We will go with Boris. Boris the Sentret. Not the best Pokemon to get as a first time. Watch the next thing we bump into be a Pidgeot, which I would really have liked. But we've got a chance of hopefully, from this route here, I want a Geodude. Geodude is what we want from here. It'll be perfect if we can get a Geodude. We'll probably get a Rattata, a Jigglypuff, which you can also catch here, the one that we don't want. We want a Geodude. Yes! Got a Geodude. It's only on level 2, which is a bit meh, but it'll do. It'll do. At least we won't be able to kill it too easily. It should be able to take a couple of tackles off us. Yes, easy. But Geodude, perfect. Definitely what we wanted to add to the team. Make a big difference. And we'll go for a couple more tackles just to grind it down a little bit more. Doesn't know anything other than tackles, so it shouldn't be able to hurt us too much. Should we go for one more? Oh, choose a defense curve, so yeah, we'll go for one more. I was a bit cautious in case we got one of those annoying crits that ruin everything for you on Nuzlocke. Okay, right. Let's capture this rock-faced little bitch. Right, Pokeball, go. Need a nickname for this guy. Now, where's it? Yeah, we need a... don't know what to call her. We need to catch her first. We've caught her. Perfect. Couldn't have asked for anything better than a Geodude off this route. That is exactly what I wanted. So we missed out on the Pidgeon. We've got a Sentret, but the Geodude is going to be more important in the grand scheme of making sure we get past the first 3 gyms. Most people may not notice, but a closer look should reveal that there are many Geodudes around. Dude. Let's call you Dudette. Dudette. Can't imagine. It's not the sort of Pokemon you'd imagine there to be female versions of. There's a few Pokemon like that, isn't there? Like Mr. Mime. Can you imagine if? Can you actually get? Well, you must be able to, because how would they breed and make more Mr. Mimes else? But we've got everything that we can catch on this route for now. I will grind up Geodude's levels off screen just to catch him up with the rest. Well, to catch him up with Blaze. So Sentret. We'll just run because we're not in the best of shape, are we really? So we'll run, get ourselves healed up. Let's get to Cherry Grove and get healed up in the Pokemon Center. We'll buy some more Pokeballs and potions, stuff like that. That's going to be important. But then, yeah, like I said, I'll grind Dudette up off screen just to get her up a few levels because that's going to be long-winded. You don't want to see me doing grinding. If it dies off screen, though, don't worry. I'm not a cheat. I will not cheat. If it dies, and I will be honest with that. But I think let's just have a little look. So, yeah, we now have Dudette. We'll switch that with Blaze. I don't think I'm going to use Boris. I may level him up a few levels just in case we do need to fall back on him at some point. But I think he's going to be more of a sacrifice Pokemon. It's always good to have a sacrifice Pokemon. But we'll end episode 1 here. I hope you did enjoy something very different. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Answer the question of the day. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you enjoyed. And let me know if you want me to carry on this series. Is it something you'd like to see more of? Thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you soon for a second episode.